Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another early morning coffee talks. It's Friday, it's the end of the week. I hope you guys had an awesome week, a terrific week, and you made it. And I say you made it because today is actually my Thursday. Many of you know I'm off on Sundays and Mondays, but hey, for many of you, it is the end of the week for you, and let's close it out strong. I hope that you hit many of your goals this week. I hope that you've seen other morning coffee talks and saw some of those tips to apply coming into the weekend or just throughout the week that could potentially help you. Or just, again, provide insight, right? Provide tips that can make your life a little easier. For me, yesterday was a little interesting. Had a couple technical problems at work, but we worked through them, right? That's part of it, right? It's the balance, the yin and the yang. Sometimes we have easy roads we drive, sometimes it's bumpy, but we made it. So, shout out to you guys. Now, diving right into it, I want to talk about the power of saying no. I know for me growing up, I was a people pleaser. I would be quick to say yes because I didn't want to disappoint people or, I felt like people wouldn't like me. And so I would go along with it, even though it would potentially take away from what I wanted to do or take away priorities for me. Also, now that I'm older, I didn't have boundaries, in the sense of just not like in the sense of doing anything negative, but like, people taking your energy away, from what you want to do. Because again, it's a people pleasing thing, right? And we feel like we have to overextend, especially as men, we feel like we have to provide everything for everyone. And I think that saying no definitely creates, set boundaries for people to understand your value and your priorities. It just really creates a clear line that other people respect when you enforce it, though. Like, say, hey, these are my boundaries. I'm automatically going to do this, or I'm automatically not going to do this. And I can keep or reserve the right to say no or yes within those boundaries. So I think that saying no is powerful in the sense where, yeah, it does set boundaries and other people start to respect it when you're consistent. And so it could be a situation where maybe your job is like, hey, they're constantly calling you in every weekend because, you always say yes, right? Versus them calling somebody else or going down the line to allow other people to, do the work. They know they're going to call you first. It gets easier to create that habit of calling you first. Or, your family. You may have something you really wanted to do for yourself and you have been putting it off every weekend. But at some point, you're like, look, y'all have to figure it out because I still have to make time for me. Regardless, like, yes, you have a family you have to take care of. Yes, you have a wife you have to take care of. But at some point, again, you're the head of the household. You're the leader. You have to take care of yourself as well. And again, so, set those boundaries so that, people respect your time. People respect your priorities and things that you have to do as well. And it just help control your life. Excuse me. Instead of, allowing other people to dictate your time and what you have going on. Another part of that is saying no protects your energy. So I think that if you constantly say yes, it drains your energy because you constantly giving yourself. And you may have a lot to give, but at some point, you got to refill that cup. I think that with that saying no, it definitely preserves, your mental and emotional reservoir, right? Again, a lot of men, we're constantly giving to everybody, but at some point, you got to pour back into yourself. Again, for a long time for me, my cup was half empty, or I'm saying half full. Half empty is a little, I don't like that term, but half full for me. But I needed it flowing with abundance. So, but when you're constantly giving, at some point you gotta refill your energy, refill your cup. And so it could be a situation with friends, right? Last minute, they want to do something on the weekend. and maybe you had been working hard this week. You're like, look, I really just want to chill, recharge, and stay present for things that you had commitments for yourself. But again, a lot of us are people pleasers. We want to, make sure our friends know that we still like them, or we want to show up so they know that we like them. And I think it's that, again, it's the power in the no. People just having people respect your priorities and your time. Again, it's nothing going out with your friends, but not every time they ask you, right? Especially when you know it's stuff that you want to do. Maybe it's a project on the weekend you wanted to work on. And maybe it's just you want to chill. Maybe it's like, look, I don't feel like going out this weekend. There's nothing wrong with just saying, look, I just don't want to do it. It's not because I don't like you. It's not because I dislike whatever event you bringing up. Listen, it's been a long week. I want to reserve some of the energy for things I want to do this weekend, or even recharge just to get ready for the next week. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I know a lot of people have friends they'll attempt to guilt trip you and say, like, oh, still come on out. Don't worry about it. You'll be able to rest this. No, just say no. Just say no. And don't feel bad about it. Don't feel bad about it. So it's the weekend. Again, everybody's free time's coming up. But did you make free time for yourself? And if you know you reserve some free time for yourself, go ahead and get them no's ready. Go ahead and get them ready. Because if you don't have them ready, the yes is going to automatically kick in. So learn to say no. Again, it's not a bad thing. And you know what? Real quick, one last thing on that. And let me make sure I preference this. So throughout my life, there are people who live on the street. Let me say this. And every time they walk up to you, you get that sense like, dang, you come to my window. It's almost like you feel guilty by not helping them. But I would just learn to say no. I just, at this point, no. And again, if I feel it in my heart where I want to help someone in that state of their life, I'm going to do it. But don't feel guilt tripped. That's a perfect example. I think a lot of us feel like, dang, no, you don't. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. There's the power in no. So start taking responsibility of no. And don't let anybody guilt trip you. And yeah, so it's the weekend. I hope you guys had a great week. And I will see you Monday back with an early morning coffee talk. But I'll see you later with a video. So again, I appreciate you guys checking in. You have a great weekend and a great day. Peace.